Hey beauties, if you have me on Instagram, you know that I've just started out trying polygel. This is my first polygel set that I've done on myself. While they're not perfect, I think I did really good for my first time trying polygel. So without further ado, let's get into this tutorial. All right, so boom, I actually did not record myself applying the tips, but I will do that at a later date when I do my second set. So right now I'm going in with this polygel from Macart, I believe it's called, and it's in the shade Natural Pink. And I'm starting out by doing my first layer from the top down, and then I cured it, and then I went in with a second bead and I did like an apex build, if you will. And honestly, I truly don't even know if this is actually accurate. I do need to do a lot more practice as far as build and shaping goes. So take whatever I say with a grain of salt. Definitely do your own research, take courses if you feel like that's necessary. But be safe when doing this because these are chemicals and you want to make sure that you don't cause any like contact dermatitis or anything like that. I don't know if I said, but I'm using 99% alcohol to allow the polygel to move more seamlessly and evenly on the nails. And once everything was cured, I went in with this drill and I'm using the sanding tool to just get everything nice and seamless and to really correct any of the bumps or mishaps that I made when applying the polygel before I go in with any paint. So I also went ahead and used a natural hand nail file and not like just a bit because I wanted the sides to be really sharp, even though they didn't come out sharp. I tried my best with this file and it was really hard because I was using my left hand to do all the work, and it just felt so awkward and strange, so I didn't get it as straight and neat as I wanted it to be, but it's okay. Practice makes perfect. Psych, practice makes progress, actually. I will probably never be perfect at anything, and I don't think anyone will, but I'll try my best. So this is what my left hand was looking like, and I thought it was so cute, so fire. Now it's time for me to replicate that on my right hand. So first I went in with the red, pink, and white polish to create that ombre effect on the nail. This was so hard. Honestly, in the future, I would definitely just use like spray paint or like the airbrush tool, which I have at home. But since I was at my sister's house, I kind of had to go and work with what I had. Once I got done with doing that and curing it, I went in with white polish for the French tip on my middle finger. That was super easy. I just went in first with the regular polish and then I used the fine brush to detail it out. And then my ring finger and pinky were super easy because it was just like solid colors. So once all those colors were cured, I went in with some rhinestone glue and I started to create those C-shaped curves on my middle finger, the French tip. And this was actually so easy. It did take a little bit of practice, I will admit, but once I got the hang of it, it honestly was no work at all. It's really just like letting the glue come out, applying it, and then letting go of the bottle and letting it just flow out. So it got really easy. Now it was time to use this solid gel. Everything I got from Amazon, I will be sure to put it in the description below. But I used this solid gel to create little balls. And this was how I made the flowers. So I had 5 little balls and I put them on my ring finger. And then once they were all in place, I went in with the small brush and that metal tool that I'm using to create the shape of the flower. This was hard, I will admit. Honestly, I felt like the flower came out a little janky and I probably will need a lot more practice. But I did my best. And I think for my first time it wasn't horrible, but I know with time I think it'll be better for sure. So basically I just started from the middle and dragged it out in different directions, in directions that I thought like a flower would go, if that makes sense, like the natural movement of a flower. And once everything was in the position that I wanted it to be, I went ahead and cured it. For the design for my pointer finger, I wanted it to be little water droplets, so I used more of that solid gel and I created some little balls again, and I applied them randomly on the nail to look like water droplets were forming on that nail. And I think it came out so freaking cute. I ended up liking that so much, I went ahead and did that on my pinky nail as well. And I also added some little pink dots with the gel polish, just so it looked a little different than the pointer finger. Once that was done, I went ahead and started drawing the white detail lines on my thumb. This was to make the thumb look like a pomegranate. So I had to do the white lines first before I could go in with the little balls to create the pomegranate seeds. This was really easy. Honestly, I feel like line work is relatively easy for me because when I do makeup, I do a lot of line work, and it's generally one of the first things I ever learned how to do when doing makeup. So I really have that skill down packed. But if you feel like you need a little more practice before you can commit to doing your own nails, I suggest that you get like fake nails or the little tips and just practice on them so you can get like a good understanding of the curvature of a nail before you commit to fully doing your own own nails. But yeah, y'all know I'm not a pro. Full disclaimer, like I genuinely just started doing my own nails again, so this is us learning together. But anyway, right here you guys can see me using that solid gel to create the little seeds for the pomegranate. This was super tedious. I think I did like 30 little balls, and it just took a long time. Even though it was not hard, it just took a long time to sit there and make each ball individually and cure and all the rest. Once all the beads were on there, I went ahead with some of that red polish and I just made them match the actual nail color. And then last but not least, I went in and I colored the flower. So I wanted to have an ombre effect similar to my pointer finger, and I just used red, pink, and white again. And I just used a detail brush to blend the colors together as best I could. It was honestly very difficult, but in the future, I'm sure I will learn a technique to not have it look that crazy. I am giving myself grace. In 2025, we are practicing giving ourselves grace, working hard, but also knowing that we're human and humans make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. Anyway, I be rambling, y'all. But I went ahead and put a top coat, a clear top coat on top of all of my nails, cured it, and this is how my nails came out. I absolutely love them, and I can't wait to do my next set. Bye!